This is the Shut Up Already podcast, episode 2.
Episode 2.
It's your boy KA every day.
And it's your boy P. Feeve, a.k.a. Mr. Nobody.
And at this time, I would like to thank King Neppy for all the fresh wear.
Absolutely.
And if we got everything else out the way, let's transition into this.
Let's go.
All right, out of the remaining teams left in the playoffs, who you think winning the Super Bowl? But I gotta give you the teams first.
Shoot, go ahead.
So we got the Patriots, the
All right.
Chiefs,
Uh-huh.
the Chargers,
Got
the
it.
Eagles, the Saints, and the Rams. So who you got?
Kansas City.
Wow, that was quick.
Kansas City. I like Mahomes. Go Chiefs. and the reason why I picked him, I know he's not a rookie this year, but he sat out last year. This is his first year starting because he was behind Alex Smith last year.
Okay.
But what I did like, and I had an opportunity to fully analyze Mahomes as they played yesterday, and I will say that he handles himself like a very seasoned pro quarterback, whereas you get a lot of new quarterbacks struggle with the transition from college to the pros.
Yeah.
Because of the pressure. You know, on a college field versus the NFL field, there's a difference. So the defensive strategy is going to be at the highest level. So that adjustment to that defensive strategy is what I was most impressed about with Mahomes. So that's why I'm going with Kansas City.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
Also, you just want to pick the MVP and go with the obvious answer. No, I'm just messing with you because I'm going with the obvious answer. So I'm going to go with the other guy who they think going to be the MVP and Drew Brees. Who they? I'm going with the Saints, baby.
Whoa.
Gotta go with the Saints, man.
I like Mahomes though. I know, and once again, and I know on the previous podcast, you know, I like Drew Brees, and I still like Drew Brees, but after watching Mahomes yesterday, I was like, maybe I was wrong, and you know, maybe I was wrong in my judgment of thinking.
He made you a believer.
He made me a believer yesterday. That he did. He made me a believer. I was like, wow, you know. And it's been a long time since I would actually watch a game and really study the quarterback the way I did when I watched Mahomes yesterday. And I would say that I was very impressed by the way he handled himself in the pocket. And like I said, they got him one or two times yesterday. But overall, solid quarterback. I think the Chiefs are definitely going to win it all and going to be a real force to be reckoned with going forward.
So I think I'm swapping my position, just like you said. So I still think that Mahomes should win the MVP over Brees, which is going to sound crazy. But the reason why I'm picking the Saints because I feel they are a more complete team. So you got, you know, they got one of the best defenses when it comes to stopping the run. And I think when it comes to offense and defense, they're a more balanced team than the Chiefs. You know, the Chiefs are kind of offense heavy. The defense, not so much. I mean, they played lights out yesterday, but throughout the season, their defense been kind of lacking a little bit.
Okay.
So I think the Saints got a more balanced team. And on top of that, they got a two-headed monster in the backfield. Just feed them boys the ball. They got Kamara and Ingram in the backfield.
Right. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think that I still want to go with Mahomes though. I like the underdog. I like because sometimes we get disappointed, and I say that like this. You know, you get those teams that they have these perfect records, and I know I'm about to really step on some toes because I know that a lot of Panther fans that year that they almost got to they had that almost perfect season, and then like right at the end, Cam Newton just gave it all away.
The wheels fell off.
Yeah, so I don't. Sometimes you get, you think the tried and true is going to do it, and then everything crumbles. And then, so I'm like, let's try. Because let's be honest. Let's go back to the Eagles. No one thought that a second-string quarterback was going to go all the way, but it happened. And for the Eagles fans out there, I don't know when you'll get another one, but you should have really enjoyed last year because I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, it's funny. Nobody can explain him winning as much as he do, so that's why everybody keep referring to it as magic. It's something that you can't explain.
Right. So what I'm saying is, I believe there's magic there. With Mahomes, I believe there is some magic with that team and him leading the way and leading the charge. So, and then Andy Reid is the coach, right?
Yes, sir.
Think about all those years at Philly where it just kept not panning out for him.
Yeah.
And now it's starting to pan out for him. So it would be kind of like a comeback story for Andy Reid to make it all the way and win it all. Because some people would say, well, after all those years of Andy Reid with the Eagles, and then as soon as he left, they win, and then now he goes to the Chiefs, and in a couple of years now he's back at the big game.
It'd be like a Cinderella story, huh?
Yeah, man. So, like I said, I think that there's magic. I love the stats of the Saints and what the Saints bring to the table. I just believe in the magic.
Well, they going to need magic to beat the Saints with that offense, with that defense that can stop the run.
Right.
2 amazing running backs in the backfield. They got home field advantage. And on top of that, they got an MVP caliber quarterback named Drew Brees on the center. Who they nation?
I'm like, what's that commercial? I believe in magic.
Yes.
Let's go.
With all the drama that comes with Antonio Brown, do you think the Steelers should keep him or let him go?
This is a good one. So, let me ask a couple of questions first. For just in case some of the people out there don't know. So, has he been disruptive?
I would say he's been very disruptive.
Kind of been outspoken on social media?
I mean, he was, doing Facebook Live while the coach was giving the speech at the end of the game. So, a lot of teams like those moments to be private, but he basically shared it with the world. So,
Wow. I mean, so I want to give it, the proper perspective. So, kind of getting Buck on social media, getting Buck in the locker room. And he tweeted out to trade him, for the team to trade him. So, sounds like me a little diva complex. But the question is, how valuable is AB to that offense? That's the $1 million question. So I'm kind of in limbo here because we're not talking about the Steelers no more in the playoffs. So he wasn't that much of a diva. They didn't get all the way to where they needed to get to. I say let him go.
man, that easy. Just let him go, huh?
I mean, if some people will say, well, how could you say that because he's just one person? Well, I mean, that kind of proves my point.
Yeah, I mean, football is a team sport, so I get why you say that.
I mean, trade him and see what happens. I mean, if he's that much of a golden goose, then we'll see. We'll soon see. And I ain't knocking AB. I mean, I'm just saying the antics, though. The antics, did you think about your teammates when you were doing that? Did you really take the time to really talk to the organization before you went to social media? So, and I asked this question. What did social media solve? What did you solve by going to social media? You thought you were gonna tweet something out, and then the team come back and say, "Oh, you want to be traded? Oh, I guess we'll let you go."
I mean, what social media solved is nowadays it's all about building your brand. So it's all about getting likes and retweets and followers on social media, right? So when he did that, it wasn't about the team, it was about him building his brand. That's what it's all about, right?
But his followers don't give him the paycheck. I'm just saying. I mean, to each his own, but I don't think that he solved much. And if it was that much animosity, why didn't you just try to have a conversation with the front office, try to resolve it? But if this issue's been ongoing, and who are we to say? Because we don't know maybe it just got to a point where it just got to a climax and it exploded, and his only way to vent was to go on social media. But if it's that bad, I say still let's let him go. Give him what he wants and see what other team is going. Now that he's done the things he's done with going to social media, recording the coach in the locker room, what other team is going to want that? They're going to look at that where you got a team with a good sense of teamwork and continuity is going to want to bring that in. Okay, so we know you like to go to social media. We know you like to record the coach when you ticked off. Yeah, we're going to pay you top dollar to bring all of that over here. I mean, that's kind of cancerous to me. So I don't see where that's going to benefit him. Where I think he should have took the high road. Just, went more to the negotiating table, say, hey, look, I'm not happy here. What can we do? How can we resolve this? And then without the antics. So then the next team wouldn't know all of his tricks. Now everybody kind of see all of his tricks. So now you don't get me wrong. There'll probably be some team out there that be like, yeah, we'll pick him up because we're just that desperate. But to me, if I had a team with good continuity, something as cancerous as some of the antics that he's put out there, and I'm not taking anything away from him as a player. I'm just saying the antics. I wouldn't want those antics on the sidelines of my organization, or if I was a coach, right there beside me as I'm trying to win a football game. Worried about this guy going live in the locker room
We gotta go live, baby. We gotta go live.
Going live in the locker room, getting it in. So, I say let him go. I said let him go. Let him see what else is out there and see what other team is gonna buy into that. I say let him go.
So you made a good point. I guess I look at it a little different, and I would say that they should keep him because I still think that his talent outweighs the antics that he does on the field. So I don't think he's quite at the T.O. and the Ocho stage because, they were clowns as well, but it got to a point in their career where their antics outweighed their talent, and that's why they were let go. I will say that I think he's teetering the line. Like at some point, if he keeps it up, I think he will be so much of a headache that it really will become a thing where his antics outweigh his production. But right now, he's still considered to be top 3. A lot of people think he's the best, but, he's at least the top 3. You got him, you got OBJ, and you got Julio Jones. They're the top 3 receivers in the NFL. So as long as he stays at that level, I think any team is going to be willing to deal with the headache because his production is going to outweigh the antics on the field.
So let me get this straight. And I just asked this question. Didn't we go through this last season with Dez Bryant?
Yeah, but Dez Bryant is kind of, he's getting older. He don't run as fast as he used to. He was dropping a lot of balls. So his production did decline. So that's what made it easier for the Cowboys to let him go.
So let me ask a question. So he got picked up by who?
The Saints.
And is he starting, playing?
Well, he ain't doing nothing right now because he got hurt.
Okay, so he got hurt. So,
but even if he wouldn't have got hurt, he wouldn't have been their number 1 receiver.
Did he get the money that he was looking for?
Not even close. He won't ever get the money that he was making when he was at the Cowboys. And it's a combination of his age, the antics, people don't want to deal with the headache, and his production decline.
So, right now, AB's production is at, well, like we said, with top 3, right?
Exactly.
Well, I don't know. I still say, if that's what he wants, let him go. I say let him go. Let him see what's out there. Now, like you said, there may be a team out there that may need him. Uh, Redskins. Um, that might need that help.
49ers.
Yeah. But, I say if that's what he wants, let him go. That's my my take on it. And I'm going to shut up on that note.
Shut
Let's
up!
go.
James Harden. Do you think he should shave his beard?
No, I say leave it.
Look like he got a hornet's nest on his face, but go ahead.
I mean, but, that's, we living in that time right now. Beard gang, you know what I'm saying? The women, they love the beards. I don't have them.
Fear the beard is what they say,
yeah,
right?
I don't have one, so, I'm not part of that. But, to each his own. But, hey, if it works for him off the court, I say keep it. I don't think that shaving it's going to, maybe there's a reason why he's got the beard. Sometimes, you don't want to, you shave it all off and then you see, it's Bump City under there. I got a little issue myself, so I get a little self-conscious, but hey, it is what it is. If that's winning for him off the court, I don't think it affects him on the court.
Oh, I guess it's winning. I looked it up, man. His beard has his own Twitter page.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Did not know that one.
Yeah.
Well,
he got endorsement deals.
I say let it keep growing. Let it be long, like the extra steps he takes when he takes a shot.
Exactly. So he gonna be the Santa Claus of the NBA.
Well, the way his footwork is, he's sledding with them 4-5 steps he takes. So why not?
Yeah, I just so I did a little experiment today. So I wanted to prove my theory right. And by the way, I think he should shave it. So don't get me wrong. I know he gonna look like a clown.
Right.
He gonna look like a little like a baby-faced kid if he shave it. But I think it's time, man. Everything runs its course.
So how long has he been in the league? Rough guess, 10, maybe.
I don't know, but it seems like I've been looking at his beard for like 20 years.
Hey,
It's time. Look, man. At some point, you have to reinvent yourself, and I just think it's that time. So I did a little test today.
okay,
So I asked your wife,
gotcha.
when I say the word, when I say his name, when I say James Harden, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? She said, "You talking about the guy with the beard?" So she proved my point.
Gotcha.
To the average person that don't really follow basketball, that's not all into it.
That's the key thing that they lock in on is the beard.
Yes, and I feel that as a professional basketball player, you should want people to know you more for what you do on the court than your beard. That's why I think he should shave it.
Well, let's talk about AD with the eyebrows,
I think that's stupid too.
with the unibrow.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I say if it's working for him off the court, I don't see the problem with it. If the beard is the one thing that makes people remember you, why would you want to take that away? If that's your marquee thing, outside of the talent on the court, that people can isolate you from a crowd and say, hey, that's that guy. Why does it hurt?
What the problem is if the beard is bigger than your game and you're known for being a professional basketball player, I think that's the issue. His beard got more game than he got. That's basically what you're saying. If the average person, when they think of him, thinks of his beard first, that's a problem. And I tell you what my wife said.
What's that?
When I asked her about a beard, she said his beard's stupid.
But the ladies love beards now. I'm just saying.
I guess it's stuff for my wife.
Yeah, it's I can't grow a beard, so but for those that can, hey, everything, just everything, it comes back in cycles. just fashion. He's one of the guys that, now let's talk about James Harden. He tries to put his fashion out there, kind of one of those.
Trendsetter. He always trying to push the envelope.
Yeah. So,
Gotcha.
I put him in a class with him, Russell Westbrook, Cam Newton. Well, Cam Newton kind of goes all the way over. It's the second time I talked about Cam Newton in this podcast.
I mean, but when you Superman, you could do whatever you want.
Okay. Yes.
Hey man, don't tug on the cape, man. You gotta be careful. Don't tug on the cape.
All right, so I'm gonna leave that one alone. But when it comes to James Harden, I think if that's your marquee and people can easily recognize you, and maybe like you said, if that's your best foot forward, then hey, I say stick. Let's go.
So for anybody that knows anything about Dabo Swinney, he's the head football coach at Clemson football team.
Yep.
He's very excited. He gets excited about everything.
Excited.
Yes. But recently, he had an interview with a reporter just basically asked him a simple question, was trying to ask him, was he excited about the game that they had to play against Notre Dame?
All right.
And he was going to start answering the question, and then he just stopped in the middle of answering the question, and he went off on a tangent about tumbleweed.
Tumbleweed?
Yeah, he started talking about that he had never seen tumbleweed a day in his life, and he thought that was only something that you see in the movies.
So where is he from?
I don't know where he's from, to be honest with you, but he must be from under a rock if he didn't know what.
Where was the game at? Where was the game at? Was the game somewhere where it was a bunch of tumbleweed?
No, but I think that from going to Clemson to where the game was, the path that they was traveling, they went through a part where there was fields and stuff, and that's where he saw the tumbleweed. So I guess the question I asked myself was, I wonder how excited he would have been the first time he saw a rainbow.
Oh, wow.
I mean, you would have thought that he saw a dinosaur or a unicorn or something as excited as he got about talking about this tumbleweed.
Wow.
So in my mind, I feel that Dabo Swinney deserved to get the Shut Up Already award.
Uh-oh. The official first Shut Up Already award
goes to Dabo Swinney.
Dabo Swinney. Can we get some applause there?
Go Clemson.
Let's go. Go Clemson.
This is a part of the segment that we like to call Uninterrupted for 30 seconds. And basically what this is we give players the opportunity for 30 seconds, uninterrupted, for them to explain exactly what they want to explain. If they was trying to sell themselves, they get the opportunity to say what their name is, what school they play for, what position they play, and stuff like that. The only thing that we ask is that they keep it clean.
Gotcha.
And we felt that this was important because we felt that, if we can help these kids and give them some exposure and spotlight them, that it'll help them take their talents to the next level.
So let me add on to that. So the significance with this is, and the reason why we talked about doing this was, number one, when you look at the college platform, they have it. You look at the pros, they have their platform. But at the high school level, there really isn't a platform. Now, granted, they get support from the local community. They come out to the games, they buy tickets, they come and show support in the stands. But from a media standpoint now, and some people will say, well, why would you do that, right? So, and I look at it as we're on the sidelines as photographers at every level, from high school, college, and the pros.
Yep.
So we have a different perspective on the game. Like a lot of people say, well, what gives you the right to say that you can speak on this or deliver this platform? Is because we're there and we see the difference that having that platform makes, right? So I'll say that we go to a college game, the news is there, the national news is there, the national media is there. We go to an NFL game, they definitely have the sideline is different. I could talk to people all day long. The sideline is completely different.
They have their own network.
Right. They have their own network. You have podcasters on the sideline. You have radio personalities on the sideline. You have, magazines. You have, Associated Press, Getty Images, all of these teams that are out there that are giving these players the platform. Whereas on the high school, they may not have that same ability.
Yeah.
Now, you do have some companies that go on the sidelines at the high school level and try to give them stats or give some video, record video. You have the local media may be out there a quarter or so just so they can cut it up for the 11 o'clock news.
Yeah.
But a dedicated platform for the players to actually to spotlight and give them the opportunity. And what's significant about this is this. What happens when that player who's been given that spotlight and then they get to the next level, and then he excelled at high school, he gets to the next level, excels, and then he gets to the pros and excel. We would have documented
The whole journey.
So you won't miss a step. So you'll see him at the college level, you'll see him at the pro level, but you also see him at the high school level. And that's significant because I do believe that our area has a high amount of recruitment outlets that come here to recruit talent for the next level. And there's a lot of young, great players that come right out of our community. And I wanted to make sure that they had that platform so that they could get that spotlight and get that exposure.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to explain that to the audience. And at this time,
Absolutely.
I guess we'll go ahead and cut right to the videos.
Let's do it.
Hi, my name is Carlos Smith. I go to Ocean Lakes High School, play football. Played slot receiver, DB. I had number 14 my sophomore year. My goals this year is to make first team everything. And I plan on winning the state championship. And I'm a rising junior, so if we don't win this year, then I plan on winning next year too, but I plan to win both years. I plan to get offered this year too, but whatever happens, I just want to make my team.